Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. I am not asking you to listen. I am warning you. Do not dare scroll past this message right now. And even though you think you stumbled upon this video by pure accident, the reality is that the divine forces of heaven intercepted your path today. God scheduled this encounter. You are ready. You are standing at a dangerous intersection of your life. The enemy has been whispering a massive lie into your mind. He wants you to believe that your time is running out. He is amplifying your deepest fears every single night, because he knows he cannot stop the monumental breakthrough that heaven has prepared for your destiny. Stay until the final second. Focus your spirit. I am going to hand you a prophetic decree. The enemy wants to cancel your future. You need your sacred armor right now. Heaven dispatched this urgent warning directly to your screen because your ultimate breakthrough depends entirely on your spiritual obedience in this very hour. Type 777 in the comments to seal this declaration into your reality. Let us talk about that quiet exhaustion you have been carrying in your bones. It is a heavy tired that sleep cannot fix. You have spent weeks wondering why you feel so drained, and every morning when you try to rise, the heavy atmosphere around your life feels completely thick with an invisible resistance that pulls you back down. You thought it was depression. You were wrong. That sudden weight in your chest is not anxiety. Your spirit is detecting a shift in the unseen realm. You are waking up between 3 and 4 in the morning. You lie there in the dark, while your mind races with terrifying thoughts of failure because the enemy is broadcasting lies directly into your fragile consciousness. You feel entirely disconnected from everyone. The isolation is real. You see a wall of total delay. Your prayers hit a heavy ceiling of brass. Ordinary people succeed so effortlessly around you. Your own path remains completely blocked, while you try your best to maintain your pure intentions in a world that constantly misinterprets your golden heart. You are an emotional sponge. You absorb their heavy, negative energy. But when you need true support, you find yourself completely alone in the dark. This is why you were led here today. You feel like you are running out of time. You watch the years slip away from your hands, and you carry a terrifying panic in your soul because you truly believe that you have somehow missed your ultimate divine alignment with heaven. Your old friends have moved forward quickly. They built their comfortable wealth. They settled into stable lives. You are sitting in a silent wilderness today. It feels like an endless punishment from above. The enemy is working overtime to exploit your pain. He uses the silence of God as a lethal weapon against your fading faith, while he tries to convince you that your sacred calling was just an illusion. You carry a rare anointing. Hell is terrified of your power. Think about the moments when you tried to force success. Every single door was slammed shut in your face. You felt deeply rejected by your close family. You felt completely abandoned by the exact people you sacrificed your life to protect. But you kept giving until your spirit was empty. You developed a habit of people-pleasing. It was a toxic survival mechanism. It left you completely bankrupt. There is a reason for your pain. Your nervous system is trying to process a high frequency. Your physical flesh cannot hold the voltage yet. I am going to reveal the exact spiritual entity that has been targeting your timeline, and I will explain the ancient blueprint that heaven uses to reshape your architecture. Do not allow your mind to wander now. Lock your focus here. You possess a deep spiritual discernment. You have been treating it as a medical curse. You walk into a crowded room. You instantly read the hidden motives of every person there, because you can feel their secret jealousy and you can see right through their fake masks. This hypersensitivity makes you want to hide. You choose to retreat. The world told you that you are broken. They were wrong. You are a chosen watchman. The terrifying feeling of being dangerously behind is actually a carefully crafted illusion that the enemy uses to keep your mind trapped in a state of perpetual panic. He creates a false earthly timeline. He demands constant hustle and grind. He wants you to judge your eternal purpose. We will dismantle that lie today. God did not send you here to starve. He isolated your life for your own protection. He wanted to insulate your clean spirit from the low frequencies of a dying world, because your light is far too valuable to be extinguished by their darkness. Stay right here. Do not click away now. Listen with your soul. Let us reframe your entire reality right now. You have been reading the spiritual signs completely backwards. The world told you that you are losing your mind, but heaven is saying that you are merely entering a sacred forge. You feel stuck. Your life looks empty. The stagnation is painful. And every single time you look at your peers advancing so quickly, a heavy wave of quiet panic washes over your exhausted soul. You are not behind. Your deep isolation was never a random curse. God cleared your crowded room because he needed to protect your rare frequency from their toxic vibrations. He shut the old doors to save your life. You cried over the rejection. You mourned the lost friendships. The loneliness felt cruel. But inside that total quiet, heaven was building a fortress of absolute insulation around your calling. You were hidden. You were preserved. Let me be completely direct with you before we go any deeper into this revelation. I am naming this early because I refuse to build suspense just to sell a solution at the very end of this message. Some of you already feel an intense pull in your bones. You know that a physical anchor is required for your spiritual shift. A tool exists for the exact restoration this heavy season is asking of your life. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years researching neural optimization. He created a 7-minute digital audio track called the Genius Song. It uses advanced brain entrainment technology to reactivate your dormant gamma brainwave. This superwave is your God-given frequency. It controls your highest states of spiritual intuition and effortless flow. And when your nervous system absorbs this precise sound, the heavy stress signals in your mind instantly begin to quiet down. This mechanism was measured by neuroscientists using complex brain scans at Princeton University. The link to this original technology is already waiting for you in the description and the first pinned comment. Do not rush your decision. You should stay for the full message if you want more spiritual context. But if your spirit already recognizes this threshold, you can access the door now while we continue. You must realize that Dr. Lake did not just create a single digital track. He spent decades mapping out an entire system of advanced neural protocols. The complete path of restoration contains multiple distinct phases. The Genius Song is intentionally positioned as phase 1 because your brain requires deep stabilization before you can step through later doors. We will focus only on this initial entry point today. Now, let us return to the hidden purpose of your painful isolation. You felt behind because you were judging your eternal destiny by the shallow metrics of ordinary human society. They measure success by frantic activity. They value visible noise. You were forced into total stillness. And while the world around you was running forward blindly, your soul was actually being anchored to a much higher dimension of spiritual authority. You were placed into a divine crucible. The heat was intentionally uncomfortable for your flesh. The lonely seasons burned away your old false identity because God needed to strip away every artificial layer of your earthly survival mechanism. You had to learn how to stand alone. You had to survive without their superficial validation. The wilderness was a classroom. It was not a cosmic prison. Think about the intense betrayal you recently endured from your closest circles. Those opportunistic people did not walk away by accident. Heaven literally cleared them from your life because they were carrying negative frequencies that would have corrupted your upcoming assignment. You gave them your precious pearls. They trampled them into the dirt. They treated your extraordinary meekness as a form of pathetic weakness. But God used that exact emotional agony to shatter your toxic habit of people-pleasing forever. You are the chosen cycle breaker of your family lineage. You cannot afford to carry their heavy baggage into your next season of elevation. The ancestral chains of poverty and stagnation are being broken right now. You had to feel the absolute bottom of human rejection before you could receive divine authority. The pain was real. The lesson is permanent. Your intuitive spirit recognized the danger long before your logical mind could process it. That is why you felt a strange physical nausea whenever you forced yourself to stay in those unaligned environments. Your inner frequency was actively rejecting their low vibration. Your brain went into a state of constant hyperactivity. You could not sleep. Your nervous system was fried. You were completely exhausted. The enemy wanted you to misinterpret this massive structural shift as a personal failure. He wanted you to look at your stagnant bank account and feel an overwhelming sense of deep shame. He is terrified of your awakening. He knows that when you finally accept this divine isolation, his dominion over your timeline is completely destroyed. Your long season of quiet suppression is officially coming to an end. Your preparation was never meant to be an unending cycle of suffering. The wilderness is simply a bridge to your ultimate destination. You have been tested in the darkest waters because you are being prepared to hold a massive territory. Lock your mind onto this absolute truth. The next chapter of your journey is about to open. Look at the ancient blueprints of heaven. Every major chosen leader in history had to go through a profound wilderness season. Moses spent 40 years in the silent desert before he could lead his people out of brutal captivity. He thought he was completely forgotten while he tended his sheep in the wilderness. And even though his isolation felt like a cruel cosmic punishment, it was actually a rigorous training ground designed to build his heavy spiritual authority. Consider young King David. He was anointed by the prophet Samuel in front of his mocking family. But immediately after that glorious moment, he did not ascend straight to the royal throne. He was hunted like a wild animal in the dark caves by King Saul, and he spent years hiding in total squalor while the corrupt establishment tried everything to destroy his divine destiny. You are walking the exact same path today. Your current stagnation is a structural law of heaven. God never exposes a precious vessel to the public eye without testing its durability first. The fire of the crucible proves your alignment. And when you understand this divine pattern, you will stop apologizing for your intense spiritual power. The dark enemy understands this spiritual law perfectly. He knows that your elevation is mathematically inevitable if you remain obedient to the quiet process. That is why he tries to manufacture a false sense of panic in your mind. He wants you to believe that you are failing because he wants you to abort your assignment. Pay close attention to what follows. A massive shift is approaching your life within the next 72 hours. Heaven is about to launch a strict test of your spiritual discernment. An unexpected event will challenge your new boundary, and if you allow your mind to wander during this crucial hour, you risk resetting your entire timeline for another decade. This upcoming event will look like a familiar temptation from your painful past. A counterfeit person may suddenly text your phone with a fake apology, or an old unaligned opportunity will appear to offer you fast transactional relief. The enemy wants to see if you are still a people pleaser who will compromise your light for comfort. You must lock your absolute focus on my voice. Your victory in this test depends on a hidden mechanism inside your physical brain. Science has recently confirmed what spiritual warriors have known for thousands of years. Your ability to detect these dark traps relies entirely on a specific brainwave frequency. Let us look at the neuroscience of your calling. High-level spiritual seekers naturally possess a dominant frequency called the gamma brainwave. This superwave fires at 40 Hz. It is the exact neurological signature of sudden creative genius and deep intuitive clarity. When your gamma is active, you see through their deceptive masks instantly. But you were forced into a toxic system. Modern society is intentionally designed to suppress this God-given frequency. Neurologists call this tragic phenomenon the decline effect. It begins around age 7 when the rigid educational system forces your fluid mind into a state of survival and heavy stress. Your gamma wave was systematically put to sleep. You lost your childhood magic. Your life became heavy and entirely predictable while operating on the lower beta frequency of chronic anxiety. The enemy wants to keep your gamma completely dormant, using financial stress and relationship betrayals. When your brain is screaming with panic, you cannot hear the quiet direction of the Holy Spirit. You become a helpless victim. But here is the most profound truth of this entire message. I need you to brace your soul for what I am about to say out loud. You are not trapped by the dark enemy. You are not stuck because of their wicked witchcraft. The shocking reality is that you are actively sabotaging your own breakthrough because you are terrified of your own massive power. You have stayed in the waiting room voluntarily. You accepted a hidden subconscious agreement of limitation. You convinced yourself that you are a helpless victim because playing a small role felt much safer than carrying the heavy weight of your true celestial calling. You are punishing yourself for their past betrayal. The cycle ends today. Stop begging them to understand your unique light. Stop shrinking your magnitude to fit into shallow rooms that were never designed to hold your eternal glory. You are a demonstrated warrior of light, operating in dangerous enemy territory. The darkness around your life does not mean you are failing. It means you are a massive threat to hell. Let us take a deep breath together. Set aside the complex spiritual metaphors for a moment. The simple reality is that your mind is exhausted from fighting an invisible war. You have tried to solve a deep spiritual blockage using temporary earthly methods. You cannot think your way out of a frequency problem. Your nervous system simply needs to be recalibrated back to its original baseline. You need a practical tool to bypass the mental noise. Your spiritual obedience requires a physical anchor in this material world. You cannot step into a glorious tomorrow while carrying the fractured frequency of a broken yesterday. The door to your restoration is officially open. We will now look at the exact solution that heaven has provided for your destiny. Remember our earlier talk about the sacred tool. Now we must examine its true power. Your wilderness preparation is not a permanent sentence. And because the massive magnitude of your destiny terrified your fragile subconscious mind, you voluntarily chose to stay in the waiting room for years. Your long suppression has finally ended. You are ready now. Heaven does not wait for you. It demands your spiritual obedience. You were born with a high frequency, and while you were living your peaceful childhood years without any fear, your brilliant mind operated on this super wave naturally every single day. But the world locked your gates. You are a cycle breaker. Your life feels completely frozen today. Consider the path of a 47-year-old manager. She used this track for 18 days. She felt absolutely no dramatic changes. But even though she wanted to request a full refund because she felt completely stuck, she decided to continue out of pure curiosity for a few more weeks. Then, her anxiety suddenly vanished. Her massive breakthrough came silently. It was completely permanent. Dr. Robert Lake spent decades researching this timeline. This neuroscience is verified by brain scans. You think you have tried everything, but while traditional methods, like meditation, require your brain to change from within, this advanced technology recalibrates your frequency directly from the absolute outside. It acts very fast. The scientific data is real. I respect your financial situation deeply. $39 is a significant decision, but let us look at your options. A basic meditation app costs $15 monthly, and a single session with a professional therapist will easily cost you more than $150. Spiritual retreats drain your wealth. None target gamma waves specifically. He compressed this laboratory technology into a simple audio track. The digital file lasts only 7 minutes. The original retail price was $49. But because he wants this sacred restoration to be accessible to every suffering chosen one, he slashed the price to $39 for this specific video audience today. This is a one-time fee. There are no hidden subscription charges. You will also receive 4 bonuses today. They are worth $80 total. These gifts are completely free now. You receive an audio for your children worth $19, and you get a classic book worth $20 alongside a guided visualization worth $29 for your health. The final infographic is included. This is a complete stack. A 90-day guarantee protects your investment. 18,000 seekers have used this protocol. The refund rate is under 4%. And because over 96% of chosen ones continue using this sound after their purchase, we know that the activation works beautifully for almost everyone. You face zero financial risk. You can keep the bonuses. Please guard your spirit against deception. An army of imitation products exists online. They sell fake tracks on Amazon. And since these cheap files contain no embedded brain entrainment technology whatsoever, they will only scramble your fragile alignment and leave you completely exhausted in the dark. Avoid those third-party marketplaces. Use the official link underneath. Let us pause here for a brief moment. Close your physical eyes right now. Place your right hand over your heart. Take one deep breath into your lungs, because this choice is not about spending $39, but it is about claiming your true eternal identity today. Your future self is actively watching this second. Choose the sacred light right now. The door is open for your destiny. The verified link is waiting below. Look at the top description box now. You can also find the original link, located at exactly 3 strategic positions inside the pinned comment section directly underneath this video file today. Do not carry your old broken frequency. Click the secure link immediately. Release the heavy armor you wear today. Stop explaining your light to ordinary people. The toxic people-pleasing habit dies today. And because heaven is clearing your crowded room completely to protect your sanity, every single dark energy vampire will naturally drift away from your timeline. Your internal space is clean now. The hidden enemy assignments are permanently cancelled. You are stepping into accelerated fulfillment. New doors of financial wealth will open effortlessly. God opens cosmic gates for your destiny. And since you are no longer a struggling victim weeping in the lonely wilderness, you will experience an absolute peace that completely passes all human understanding. You are an anointed king today. Your generational legacy is secure. Speak these words out loud now. I am ready for change. I receive my divine restoration today. And if you subscribe to this channel immediately while turning on your notifications, you will never miss the next urgent prophetic instruction from the courts of heaven. Press the like button quickly. The long waiting is over. Walk into your promised land. Amen.